Sadhu,
So,
sadhu, sadhu. Namo tasse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhasse. Namo tasse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhasse. Namo tasse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhasse. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, friends. I want to share with you a meditation about the channel ground meditation. Before that, let's finish all the nine stages of the decaying of a dead body. And after that, we will go to that meditation. First, let's go to the Satipaṭṭhāna Sutta. May my homage to the teacher Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We studied two stages of decaying of a dead body, and we are actually imagining this. Nowadays, we don't need to go to the charnel ground. We won't see those things today. But we are doing this imagining in our head the true reality of the body. We think, what if a person were to die and how it decays? We explore these things, we investigate this way because we need to understand impermanence. Okay? We studied these two. First one was Buddha instructing again bhikkhus as though he were to see a corpse thrown aside in a charnel ground, 1, 2, or 3 days dead, bloated, livid, and oozing matter. A bhikkhu or the meditator compares the same body with it thus. This body too is of the same nature. It will be like that. It is not exempt from that fate. Those three lines under this passage always goes along with every meditation that is coming after this one. All the rest of the 8 contemplations, meditations has this latter line, this one. This body is of the same nature. It will be like that. It is not exempt from that fate. Which means that is the conclusion. When one sees these features in our body, when it is decaying, one try to collect them in their memory, and then they think, okay, the same nature happened to this dead body will happen to my body too. This body will also be like that. And with this meditation, it develops our understanding about the life. It develops our understanding about the impermanence, and it will brings detachment, and it will brings freedom from suffering. And the next one was, again as though he were to see a corpse thrown aside in a charnel ground, being devoured by crows, hawks, vultures, dogs, jackals, or various kinds of worms. We also see that when the body is changing, animals will start to devour it, Bhikkhu compares the same body with it thus. This body too is of the same nature. It will be like that. It is not exempt from that fate. So one again try to see those features and try to imagine. So what I'm attached to this body as me, mine, myself has the same nature of impermanence. It has such a stage. If it were to abandon in a cemetery, so it is a food for the animals. So animals devour it. And the third, we are starting this one today, the third one. Again, as though he were to see a corpse thrown aside in a charnel ground, a skeleton with flesh and blood, held together with sinews. Now there is this skeleton because now the animals were eaten that, so there is only the skeleton. But it's not only with the skeleton, but there are some flesh around the body. It is more like a half-eaten dead body. So because the animal was devouring it, some of the skeletons and the bones are coming out from this body and they are appearing. And there is still blood, and those blood and the flesh are held together through the sinews. There are sinews around the body. So one sees that corpse, that stage of the decaying of a body, and think again, this body is two of the same nature. It will be like that. It is not exempt from that body. Here, this body means our body, our own body. It will be like the one that I'm observing here, the corpse. So here the special features, special marks in the dead body was the flesh, blood, and the sinews. There are flesh, blood, and also sinews. And the fourth meditation, a fleshless skeleton smeared with blood, held together with sinews. Now the flesh is already gone. Now the flesh was dropped out from the skeleton, or perhaps the other animals carried all the flesh because there are worms also. Now the skeleton is fleshless, and still the blood is smeared all over the skeleton, held together with sinews, but still the sinews are held inside the skeleton. The skeleton is fixed by the sinews, which means sinews are wrapped around the skeleton. And there the special marks are the skeleton smeared with blood and the fleshlessness. There is no flesh. So one captures that usually through their eyes, and then they keep it in their memory and think up over and over again. See, this dead body has this nature. So my body that I'm attached is with the same nature. It will be like that. My body will be like that. It is not exempt from that fate. Now, once or twice when you try this, when you think that, when you reflect that, there will be an understanding that arises in you right after the meditation, that you feel content, that you don't feel lust, that you don't feel much craving, that you feel this is enough in my life what I'm having. So there is such inspirational thoughts coming up over and over again right after the meditation. You won't see that immediately, but thanks to thinking these, developing this meditation, you will start to experience inspirational thoughts, like contenting thoughts, that your mind will not much distracted or wander to external things. Because when we go without this kind of a knowledge, there are many enjoyments like sense pleasures out in the world that stimulate our senses. And sometimes we stimulate senses more than enough. So we feel so much restless in mind. But when you see this, oh, this is the true nature of the body, the mind becomes so peaceful because it truly understands wherever my mind wanders, there is always impermanence. So there will be such inspiration, such a joy in one's mind when they do this kind of a meditation, because this is the drawback part of the life of the body. Now the next one, a skeleton without flesh and blood. Now in this skeleton, there are no flesh, no blood. The blood dried up and the flesh was already gone. There is only the skeleton. And we should add the other part from this line. This body is too is of the same nature. It will be like that. It is not exempt from that fate. Okay? You add that part to the skeleton without flesh and blood, held together with sinews. Still there is sinews. Now all the skeleton structure, this bodily map is fixed with each other through the sinews. Now what happens is that sinews too impermanent. They will also break with the time. Now what happened to this skeleton is disconnected bones is scattered in all directions. Now one sees the bones are disconnected. Sometimes those jackals, those wolves, those wild dogs carry parts of the dead bodies. When they carry them, they carry with the bones. Now the bones are scattered because these animals are dragging here and there. The bones are scattered. Now the enjoyment part, while when one is 15 years old, 16 years old, 20 years old, when there is this beauty, when there is so much attraction, was already gone now. The structure of the body is still already changed. Now one sees here a hand bone. The hand is somewhere else, is spread. There a foot bone. Foot bone is somewhere else, far distance. Here a shin bone. There a thigh bone. Here a hip bone. There a backbone. Here a rib bone. There a breastbone. Here an arm bone. There a shoulder bone. Here a neck bone. There a jaw bone. Here a tooth. There the skull. Now you see this structure of the body was already gone. It's scattered all over the place. It's spread all over the place. Those are gone because there is no any sinews, so the skeletons are spread. A bhikkhu compares the same body with it thus. This body too is of the same nature. It will be like that. It is not exempt from that fate. There is such a fate of what happens to this body. So by understanding this motivates us to do good, more and more good things. If we truly know that we cannot carry this body to the next life, or that while we go, we motivate ourselves to do good things, to protect living beings, to not to take what is not given, to avoid sexual misconduct, to deceive others by words, and also to take intoxicating drinks and drugs. So this restraint will come to us when we carry such an understanding, because there is nothing to be gained with being too much attached to the body or being deluded to the body, because we cannot keep this body forever like this. So body will go away at some point. So while I'm using this vehicle, while I'm using this body, I should do the best things, which the things that agrees to my conscience. I should do those things. So because that brings me more and more protection. I remember in a certain teaching, Buddha said the body is like a home which is being burned. There is a home or a house which is already burning. When it is being burned, if there is something to rescue inside the burning house. So what this man does is that man jumps inside and finds something valuable and throw it away. And whatever he finds, whatever he can catch, he throw it away through the window because he cannot stop the burning of the house. The same way Buddha say this body burns every day, day and night. This body burns from three fires: the fire of old age, the fire of sickness, and fire of death. So when this house, this home of the body is being burned, if one practices generosity, if someone practices giving and sharing, that will be something that come to them in the future because they rescued something that they owned using the body. So when they reborn in the next life, when they receive another body, so they have something that they protected that come to them. It is said that whatever we give, we receive that. So just the same way, one survives something inside the burning house. If we use this body to do good things, so we survive things that will come back to us, that follows us in a different place. So when someone understands this body has the same nature, that at some point it will disintegrate, so one come to this true knowledge of impermanence. There should be contentment, one thinks, and one thinks one should restrain actions, one should not harm living beings, and so on. So one thinks this body too is of the same nature. It will be like that. It is not exempt from that fate. Now, again, as though he were to see a corpse thrown aside in the charnel ground, bones bleached white, the colors of shells. That's the one meditation. Okay. It says there are bones that is already scattered, but because of the time, when it is still become impermanent, when it is being changed, bones there are bleached white, turn into a bleached white, like kind of a strong white color. And again, there is another simile, color of shells. In on the beach we see those. There are shells of the snails and those aquatic creatures. There is a color of that. Sometimes dark, a dark white, sometimes gray color, or sometimes here bleached white color. Now, what happens to those bones is that those bones too change into those colors. Those are also changing. Now, in the next meditation, so then again, we should feel that we should add this body too is of the same nature. It will be like that. It is not exempt from that fate. So one thinks by seeing a bone, something thrown aside, a bone which is abandoned in the cemetery, one thinks, oh, this bone turned into bleached white. This bone is color of the shells. My body has the same nature. My body's bones will be like this. So one thinks. The next one, bones heaped up. That's another meditation. Eighth one. Bones heaped up. This too, this body too is of the same nature. It will be like that. It is not exempt from that fate. Now there will be some bones piled or gathered together in one particular place. Then one observes that, oh, my body has the same nature. My body's bones will be like also like this. Then last, Buddha say, one observes bones more than a year old. rotted and crumbled and turned into dust and disappeared. Now there can be a little bit of bones on the ground. The body is disappeared. There will be only just a little bit of dust-like bones because it has been more than a year. So we can also observe such dead bodies like the little dust particles of a body somewhere. So when we see that, we think, oh, this body has of the same nature. It will be like that. It is not exempt from that fate. So the one compares by seeing all those things. You see, regardless of the attachment, what happened to this material form or the body is that it continuously keeps changing. It doesn't remain with the dust, but it also goes to the ground and disappear. So this is the nature. This body too is of the same nature. It will be like that. It is not exempt from that fate. So one think up over and over again. Those are the opportunities, those are the chances, those stages are the chances for us to awaken to ourselves if we think rightly. Sometimes we become disgusted, we repel from those things, and we don't try to even to think. We avoid those things. We think, oh, this is not suitable. But those are opportunities. I remember there is a sutta called Devadutta Sutta. Buddha say a person who is in the old age, a person who is in the sickness, and a person who is died are the messengers from the gods. Those who are in old age, sickness, or in death are the messengers. Why? Because they are bringing some kind of a message to us that the body has this true nature of changing. Because that is what actually led the Buddha while he was in the royal family, while he was with so much sensual pleasures, stimulating himself with the senses. He saw while he was once going to the park as a king, as a prince, he saw a old person. He saw a dead body, and he saw a sick person. And he asked the driver, who is that? What is that person? Then the driver said, oh, this person is already died. Then he asked, is this happened to me too? So he said, yes, that happened to everyone. Does that happen to my parents, my family, my wife, children? So the driver said, yes, too. It happens to anyone who has the body. It happens. Then he wanted to find a way, kind of a understanding to set him free from this changing. So then he came up with this deep understanding of impermanence. So he brought that knowledge and he's sharing that with us now. So Buddha say, you try to see, whenever you see dead body, whenever you see these stages of the decay, those are like messengers for you to bring the true knowledge. It is not something to be sad or something to avoid. So, okay, friends, those are the 9 jhana ground meditations, and we have come to the end of the Kaya Anupassana, mindfulness of the body. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.